and we're finally in the home stretch of all of it for this 2021 fall season in the sport of nine-man flag football. Let's take a look at the PowerPoint. Professor Blaze back on it once again. I'm going to put also the link in the chat for anybody who wants to try to join in. We are going to be talking everything, but first, let's start with a recap and see what went down this past weekend in the game of nine-man flag football. Let's kick it off. Here we go, Fall 21, starting with the KFFL. Rain. The dreaded enemy of the fourth state, rain. And it's Pennsylvania, too. In Pennsylvania, especially southern Pennsylvania, it tends to rain a lot. Greencastle, Gettysburg, Hanover, Shippensburg, York. It just rains all over Pennsylvania, Ross. And once again, the rain came down on KFFL as they were unable to play this weekend. Rained out is what the diagnosis is for the KFFL. They'll be back next week. We're looking forward to it. It's going to be really great. So we'll have more on the KFFL later, but that's the standings right now. Misfits sitting up top, 6-0. They got a game and a half lead on the West Virginia Venom. Mind you, these two teams have not played yet this season. That's going to be a good one when we get to it between the Misfits and the Venom. Misfits do have a Venom this weekend, just not the West Virginia Venom. But it'll be a good matchup. We'll see how it goes. Prime time, of course, 3-1. They're 2.5 games down from Misfits. They took a loss to Venom, so they're technically about 2 games down from Venom at this point. Venom holds the tiebreaker there. Prime time's tied with the Wolverines, of course. They're about to play very soon. The AFFL Bowl, we're really excited about that one breaking out. Demons, they're 3-3. They got a big one with the X-Dogs this weekend at 2-2. That's going to really see and shift where the momentum goes. Tri-State Spartans, 1-3, of course. They've had a rough go this season. Let's see if they can bounce back. They got a doubleheader this weekend, so it's big stakes for them. Outlaws, 1-4. Bees, 1-4. Chaos, 0-5. That rounds up the KFFL. We're going to move on past that. Let's go on GCFFA results from this weekend. Hey, big shout out to GCFFA. I think this was Workhorse who does the graphics for them on this one. If not, please correct me in the comments. This is what we had. This is to note, a couple forfeits here as well. Takeover forfeited to Misfits and Scorpions. I want to log that. That was on the schedule originally for last week that we had seen. But Takeover taking a forfeit there. Some results. Let's go to Saturday. Punishers 14, Scorpions 12. Awesome rematch of the Charm City Classic game they had. Lived up to it.
Take forfeit.
Yeah, I don't know, man. There's been a lot of forfeits going on lately, but I think it's the workload. It catches up to you after a while. But Punishers over Scorpions 14-12. I was able to watch that game. Very competitive matchup. Old school nine-man slugfest breaking out up there in New York. Glad to see that game. Very competitive once again. Looking forward to seeing if these two matching up again. We probably won't see it till at least possible playoffs or Florida. But when it happens, it's going to be a big-time matchup. And, man, I don't remember either. I ain't going over all that again. Chain Gang over No Mercy Scorpions, 19-12. Hey, Deuce Dutch, big shout out. He said he was going to shut down the DMV, and he started getting the wins out there with Chain Gang. Rob Lane coming in at quarterback. Chain Gang is yeah. But I'll tell you, you had Rob Lane and Chain Gang at quarterback, game changer. Talking A bracket champion back at Ocean City. Talking to a guy who's won on multiple franchises. He definitely brings something to the table. Yeah. Well, you look at it as well. They're going to be playing Rhode Island from what I'm hearing in A, that last check. So I'm kind of wondering, is this going to be the last we see of Blazers? Could we see Chain Gang perhaps together for Nationals? Deuce and Rob have been together all year. That's been a package deal. They were together at Nationals last year. Deuce wasn't at Ocean City, but they were back together in Charm City as well with Outcast. We saw that. They're going to be together for Rhode Island from what I'm gathering. Blazers are not listed, but Chain Gang is. So this demonstration by Chain Gang here, 19-12 win over the Scorpions and 13-0 over the Misfits. They donutted the Misfits. Shut down defense. That says a lot. I haven't seen a Chris Boone offense donutted very often, but Chang Gang went out there and made a statement on Saturday night at the behest or whatever the word is towards the OMFFL team, Scorpions and Misfits coming up there. You know what I'm saying. You know I don't talk well.
I'm still trying to figure out what you were trying to say.
I'm trying to figure out what you're trying to say. Punishers Misfits. You were at the first Punishers Misfits game, Ross, back at AC.
Yeah.
Much different game this time around. Both teams, very different rosters, of course. But this lived up to the hype and expectations. Both teams played very well. Competitive matchup overall. Saturday night was awesome up there in New York. Gosh, you look at the 4 games that went down. Big night for the GCFFA. Big statements for Chang Gang and Punishers. New York goes 4-0 overall against Maryland in the DMV. So we'll look forward to seeing where this goes going forward. A lot of big-time gains for GCFFA coming the rest of the season. That playoff's going to be lit. Take a look at their Sunday matchup. Strong Island Bulldogs were back on the slate. They beat the Scorpions 14-0. The games were not streamed on Sunday, unfortunately, so I wasn't able to see much on those. So we're going to go over results mostly. Empire 28, 56 or 6 is what that's listed as. Nice win for Empire going up there, trying to make a statement for the XFFL coming into the GCFFA. Liking what we're seeing out of them so far. This is listed as Misfits 18, Dragons nothing. What really went down from what I gather was that the Dragons ended up with a victory, I believe, on Misfits, and then were discovered to be using an illegal player, which resulted in a forfeit. So yeah, he always had to lose that way. That's something you got to keep track on. They'll bust you for it. I've seen it firsthand. Hey, remember, we saw it at AFFL. Our Bullies got busted on it in that day 2 game. That was rough. Like, you don't want that to happen. That's something you just gotta. It happens. You don't want to say a team's bad for it, but like, you just gotta be careful with it. It's one of those games that are pre-game. You got to make sure that everything's dotted, aligned, and good to go. Misunderstandings happen, though. No slight towards them. So they ended up forfeiting to both Misfits and Scorpions there. And then the last game of the day, some of the footage did come out online. That was an awesome video. Misfits beat the Strong Island Bulldogs 19-13. What a battle. Back and forth between the two. I'll tell you, it was a rough go for Misfits this weekend. They faced a lot of stiff competition. They got even more coming up. They got playoffs at Owies Mills this weekend. We're going to have more on the Misfits later. A lot to talk about with this team because they are right now the talk of not just this town, but every town all over the nation at the moment, especially in this 9-man game. So move on from there. Misfits, they get the win 19-13 over Strong Island. We're going to fast forward a little bit. This is the standings right now in GCFFA. You take a look at it. Punishers 5-1 overall. They got a point differential of 37. They're coming out strong this season. Panthers, they were off this week. They're second place, 4-1. Looking forward to seeing how that combination continues to grow. I would like to see what they do after the season. I don't know if we're going to get Ducks and Demons together or not from Nationals. That's the one thing I'm kind of wondering about myself. I do believe I did see Ducks as listed as a team for Nationals. But we'll see. Like, Demons may not. We'll see where it goes. There's a lot going on. Anything can change at any moment. Teams just happen to come together sometimes and win a tournament. We've seen it. We've done it. Misfits, 6-2. Their point differential 61 right now. They've gotten some good wins up there. They've beaten the Scorpions. They've beaten the Reaper straight up. Got the win on Strong Island. Made a statement. They can play in the GCFFA. They have definitely come to town and proven this season that they're ready to take New York by storm, just like they did here in Hagerstown, like they've done in Shippensburg. They brought a lot to the table in Baltimore. They are all over the nation right now. Who knows when the Misfits will pop up next, but this fall season, they're showing they're on the grind. They're trying to do more than what everybody else is doing to gain more. You got to love the attitude and spirit from this squad.
Yeah.
Chang Gang, they're right there tied with the Bulldogs at 3-2. Believe it or not, Chang Gang has a point differential over Strong Island, but I believe Strong Island has the head-to-head there. Chain Gang stepping it up big time. They're ready to make a run here in GCFFA. They won B last year. They're coming for A here. They're coming for A in Rhode Island. I don't know what's going to happen come nationals. I'm pretty certain we'll see that combination together some way or another. Reaper sitting there at 6. They're 3-2-1. I haven't seen the Reapers play in a few weeks. Curious to see what happens with them. Scorpions at 4-4. They've had a decent run up there so far. They've competed. That's the thing that matters. Just go up there and compete. Don't get blown out. Don't look stupid. They haven't done any of that. They've come to play. That veteran experience is showing up in a big way for the Scorpions. Empire 3-3, been a mixed bag of a year for them, but they're still in their first year playing 9-man, dude. They're very young into this. The fact they already have one B chip speaks volumes. They're competing in the A. That tells you they are a team that can definitely succeed going forward. Takeover at 2-3. They had the 2 forfeits, which is unfortunate, but it happens. We've seen it plenty of times this fall. It's something that tends to happen. Workload. You get busy. Life happens. You've seen it yourself, Ross.
Yep.
You've seen how life's been busy for you this fall. We're not out there every weekend the same way we were. Take it. You got the Dragons 2-4. 2 forfeits hurt them a lot. They should be sitting there at 4-2. Like that should be 4-2 at the very least for that team, which could have had them easily up there in the top 3 range, which tells you how good this team really is. But they don't have many numbers. I think the Misfits, I think Regan made the comment about them meeting more people out there, which we've seen a lot of that from the Dragons so far this year. And it has been one of those situations where for them, they have been competitive. It's just they've lacked the numbers. I think once they get that together, they're going to do great going forward. 56ers 0-4-1, rough year for them. New York Rebels, they're now 0-7. Tough year for Big Iz and company. They're sitting there right now at a 14-point, actually a point differential of minus 118, 14 points overall for the year. I think they've had to take a couple of forfeits. Like I said, workload. I think they're also playing over a New Era too, down in over across town. So like you get busy. A lot of things happening. A lot of flag football this fall. And you know what matters most? Tournament time. OMFFL. Speaking of forfeits, Bad Boys over the Bulls. Bulls, from what I gather, are done for the season. It's unfortunate to see because I really like where the Bulls were heading, but of course, injuries are starting to take a toll. Workload takes a toll. I believe that's it for them for the fall overall. I don't believe we'll see them at Nationals. I think they're going to take time off and refocus and see what happens come spring. We're hoping for the best for those guys. Like I said, a lot of potential was shown all year, just not able to fully get it together, but they'll get it figured out. I'm looking forward to seeing how they progress. Elite Rebels, of course, they get the forfeit on the Bulls as well. Like we said, this is going to be an interesting course of action for them going forward. Rebels did get a win over the Maryland Venom, though. Tight game, 14-7. Bad Boys over Spartans, 20-0. Spartans get an upset, though, on the Elite Rebels, 15-13. Hey, statement win for the Baltimore Spartans. You want to get a win like this at this point of the season. That's momentum coming into playoffs. We're looking forward to seeing what the Baltimore Spartans can do. This team is one to look forward to, especially in B bracket coming forward. Elite Rebels 13, Bad Boys 12. Another competitive game between those two. That's a good game every time. That's a really good game every time. Rampage over Bad Boys 20-6. I wasn't there in Baltimore, so I can't really talk about it much. Here are the standings. Misfits will finish first place. Scorpions second. Rebels third. Bad Boys fourth. Titans fifth. Rampage sixth. Spartans seventh. Venom eighth. Bulls are going to be out of it, as we mentioned. They're not going to play in playoffs, so it'll be 8 teams. We'll have that in a little bit. Let's go over to mouthful results for the week. We'll be almost done to recap. Oh, I went a little far there. My bad, guys. Only Us over Southside 6-0. PME statement win on Dream 30-6. PME is catching fire at the right time right now. They're going to be a Capital Classic. FOE over Southside.
Dude,
Yeah, PME making a statement.
damn. I know I think PNV is out. that.
Yeah, PME's
But even if you would have asked me that,
they're on fire right now, dude. They've been on, dude. They're back. PME's making a statement. They're coming to Capital Classic strong. They're coming to MAFL playoff strong. They're here to take their league back. That's a fact. Dio and them, they're rolling right now. You got to give it to them. FOE over Southside 12-6. Dream over Blackhawks 32-14. Ride out only us 13-6. Competitive game there. Blackhawks over FOE 19-14. Blackhawks have had a tough season, but nice little win here late to get them some momentum coming to playoffs. I think Tommy and them will be fine come playoff time. It's just going to be a gauntlet once again, but they're used to that. They've been doing it for almost 20 years over there. Ride out beats PME via forfeit. PME had clinched it already. There's no point in trying to play a ride out team who you're going to probably see on the other side of that bracket next week. Makes sense. Why take the risk? Don't show them anything. I think it's good for both sides. Yeah. So PME, they got the first place. They had already clinched prior to that by beating Dream. 8-2 overall. Strong finish for PME. I know how you feel about forfeits. Workload. All right. I get that too. FOE 7-3. They're going to finish second. Right out third. They're going to be 6-4. Only Us will be finished fourth. Dream fifth at 4-6. Bit of a slide for Dream and MAFL this season. I'm assuming they catch fire come playoffs. Southside 6, Blackhawks 7th. We'll have their bracket up in a few minutes. Rhode Island results: 401 Pressure over Rebellion 12-8. They tied the Spartans at 13. Brick Squad over the Troy City Titans 26-19. Yeah, don't get me started. I can't say, for some reason that messes me up. Lions over Wildcard 22-14. That's a close game there, but Lions might have been a little light. We'll see. Not much video I've seen of Rhode Island so far, but glad to see their lead back and running this year. Savages over Steel 39-6. That's their standings right now. Lions 9-0. Brick Squad 6-2. Outlaws 5-2. 401 Pressure though, they're catching up. They're trying to say, hey, we can play up here too. They're 5-2-1. We saw them at Nationals last year. Glad to see them back at it too. Savages 5-4. Wildcard 4-4. Straightforward 4-4. Titans 2-4-2. Steel 1-6-1. Tough year for Steel. Very tough year. They're having a low record. We'll talk about them in a little bit. Rhode Island Spartans 0-6-2. Rebellion 0-7-1. So that's it. Capital Classic also announced this week. We already got some teams registered for that. Rampage, they're in it. Maryland Titans, Southside, Misfits, Bad Boys, Gusto Land, Maryland Venom, PME, Dream. I would imagine PME, Dream, Misfits is going to be your A bracket. Maybe Rampage as well. They played A at the last two local November tournaments, Ross. You remember you played against Rampage back when they won Mason-Dixon 18, and I was there when they won Capital Classic 19 and A. Beat Scorpions to 7-point back-to-back years. So I would think they're going to be in there with PME, Dream, and Misfits, but Kent didn't classify anybody yet. I think he's waiting to see what the sign-up is for it. Could be one bracket, could be two. I look forward to it either way. Capital Classic, good tournament, Tucker Road, November 20th and the 21st. Contact Kent Page for his information on that. We had the poster up there. I think they're taking 18 teams. Right now, they're up to 9, so already filling up fast.
I was gonna say 8 or 9.
It might be your last chance for any bump come this time of the year in this area. So if you want some action, Capital Classic is where it is. We're really looking forward to that. Let's move on now. We got some updates on Nationals. Starting with the teams that Jamie posted that was registered. He posted a list of them earlier. A bit of a graphic was shown there. Dream is in there. So they're going to be back at nationals, still playing in A. They're going to try to tough it out. They've had a rough year, though. This is going to be their biggest test yet because they're going to face possibly the most talent that's been in an A bracket in most recent 9-man nationals years, especially when you take a look at the teams who are entering, the potential talent on there. Main event, of course, they're coming back. We're not going to see main event for a bit, not until then. They're not going to be at Rhode Island. I haven't heard about them at Capital Classic yet, but I'm really looking forward to seeing what they can do and where they're at come nationals. They won last year. We saw the run they made. They are still playing on that level.
I think they'll be just fine.
Yeah, they've made the championship in every tournament that they have been at going back to Worlds. Misfits, of course, they're signed up for A. NTB Wolfpack, defending B champion. But the one team that has me curious, Ross, Category 5 out of the South Florida Flag Football Association. We've been talking about them a lot lately. They've been trying to get something going down there in Miami. Looking forward to it. You mentioned the other names, Rakeem Cato, Tommy Schuler. That's a lot of Division I experience on the FBS level coming in. You got some pro experience in there. Ricky had a decade in the NFL. He's been to the Super Bowl. He's won a BCS championship. He's coming for a 9-man A-chip next. This is going to be awesome. Look at the list of these A teams. Dream, Main Event, NTB Wolfpack, and Misfits, Category 5. And that's not including Strong Island, who we know is going to be down there. Punishers, who we know is going to be down there. The Lions, the Rollers, the Elite Rebels. Man. Can it be January already? I never usually say that, but this is the B update for Nationals. 717 Elites in it. They're going to be heading down for YAFFL. Baez Auto, they're going to be going down from A to B. Smart move. They wanted to play A competition to get ready for B. I don't believe they'll be back in another 9-man tournament. I know YAFFL is doing their league champions matchup with money at stake. I think there's a $2,000 pot for the winner. That's going to be on the same day as Capital Classic Day, too. So I don't foresee, unless Baez somehow doesn't get in or something, who knows? We'll see. I'd like to see Baez get back out there, though. Plenty of work to be done for them. Browns out of the GCFFA. You saw them at AC. They were doing a lot of good work. They were putting it to a lot of teams. They almost beat Rampage. But they haven't played all season, so hopefully they'll come back in a strong way. Empire out of the XFFL, playing in the GCFFA this year. They're making their first nationals appearance. They're going for a B championship. Long Island Ducks out of the GCFFA. So we know the Ducks are in. Demons are not confirmed yet. So, like I said, keep in mind the whole Panthers thing right now, seeing where that goes. I do believe that if the Panthers thing is working as well as it is, that maybe that might be the best course of action. Ducks are already a good team. Though in the Demons, guys, you got something there. Maryland Titans, they're in it. Rampage, they're going to be in it as well. Show Me Football, St. Louis Pack, and the St. Louis Spartans. And I think Skinny said there's 5 St. Louis teams. I'm not sure which one I'm missing right now. I know NTB's in A. I can't think of who else it might be. Wild Card, I think. Yeah, the Wild Card St. Louis team. I might have skipped over them. My bad, Skinny. So we got them in there as well. You know, I forget things sometimes. Moving on now. Let's get it going. TBT National Rankings, top 25. All right, there we go. Had to settle there. These are the teams that have not made the 8-game qualifications yet. Panthers, they were off. It's basically the same teams. Nothing's really changed here. So same list of teams from last week. No update there. right now, I had to split up the teams of out of tournament appearance into tiers. Here's your tier 3 teams, the teams at the bottom barrel. They're not going to be ranked anytime soon. Sorry, I thought I hit pause there. My bad. I'll post a PowerPoint later, by the way. But you got Reckless Villains in there, 3 and 6. They're the highest eligible team, but don't think we'll see them again. I know 845 gang's trying to get work in. I don't know if we'll see them or not soon. Hopefully, they might be able to finally get to a tournament. As we mentioned, SFFA teams, Epidemic, Vultures, No Stars, they're not going to be playing anytime soon. Troy City Titans, they may be popping up in Rhode Island. I would think they would. 56ers, I don't believe are trying to get any tournament work. I think they might be trying to be done. I think they might actually be in Rhode Island. I'm not sure. Rhode Island's team list finalizes at the end of the week, so we'll have that next week. Outlaws, I don't believe we'll see them at a tournament. Same for Pure Chaos. I think Spartans might try to get in for Rhode Island. Rebellion, I don't believe so. UNR is not currently playing, and V Squad is not going to be playing anymore. Here's your tier 2 teams, the teams that are kind of on the cusp of getting in and being possible ranked teams, but don't really have enough to get in yet. Warriors sit at the top there at 7 and 3 overall. Haven't seen the Warriors. Yeah, the Washington County Warriors. 7 and 3 right now. They get into a tournament. They could do something, but I don't believe they'll be playing anytime soon. Well, at least as the Warriors. I think they're playing Saturday, and Demons, I think they're called now. Anyways, Ball Hawks, they're 7 and 4. The Business 7 and 5. They're out for the year. Venom, they're 7 and 8. The West Virginia Venom, that is. But I don't see them making a tournament this year. Death Row, Stick Talk, they're the bottom. They're kind of sitting there waiting. Ruckus, they're currently inactive at the moment. 401 Pressure, I think they're going to be able to sneak into Rhode Island. So I believe they're going to be there. So they should have a shot next time around. Savages, 5 and 4. We'll see about them. Wild card is straightforward as well. Jamie Wolf will confirm the Rhode Island Flag Bowl teams later in the week. These are teams of out of tournament appearance. Playmakers Elite, 13 and 6 overall at a mouthful. They're going to be in the Capital Classic. So PME will be up there. They're going to be playing Cap Classic. They'll be eligible for the rankings at the end of it. They're a team hovering around the top 10, top 15 range. Looking forward to seeing how PME can measure up against the competition. They're going to be facing a lot of teams, not just from their league, but from across OMFFL and York as well. No excuses. They're going to be at Nationals. That's was just confirmed by Ricky John Francois a few minutes ago. So we'll be seeing them popping up around that time. They won't be ranked till then, though. NTB Wolfpack, defending B champ, STL 9-man champ, entering 9-man A Nationals. They have not lost a game since day 2 of Nationals. Their last loss was to the Blackhawks that day. They've been on a winning streak since. They beat the Elite Rebels after that and have gone on to what is now a 16-game winning streak entering Nationals. They're not going to play anymore in St. Louis the rest of the way. Beast Mode are not going to be at Nationals, so I think that's the last we'll hear from them. But if they were to get into one, they would be up there pretty quickly. A team to look out for. Chang Gang, 9 and 5 at a GCFFA. They were the B champion up there. They're going to play A in Rhode Island, from what I'm gathering. We saw what did over the weekend to the Misfits and Scorpions. Is Chang Gang a top 10, top 15 team? That remains to be seen. Back in Black, they're 8 and 3 out of St. Louis, 9-man. I believe they're going to be playing at Nationals as well. Hope to see them back out there. Missing the cut. These teams just didn't make it. Tri-State Spartans off again. X-Dogs rained out as well. Broad Axe, they're inactive right now. Southside, 9 and 13. They're close. They're right now, I would say the best bet for a team of these to get in would probably be the X-Dogs. Maybe Baltimore Spartans if they could surprise some people this weekend. But otherwise, not much of a fight going on here at this position. Let's get to the rankings. 25th overall, I got the Blackhawks. Got to pull back, my bad. They're 13 and 17 on the year. A bit of an up and down weekend for them, 1 and 1. They got a chance to make a statement come playoffs. They get a win over FOE, but took a loss to Dream. Dream is 24th. They're 11 and 23 on the year. Tough year for them overall. They went 1 and 1 as well. They lost to PME, but beat the Blackhawks. FOE 1 and 1 as well this past weekend. They got a win on Southside, but took a loss, however, to the Blackhawks. Kind of a bit of a mess there, that 23 to 25 spot. They're fighting it out, those three are. We'll see who comes through at the end. One of them's going to fall out pretty soon, that's for sure. Dragons, they're 22nd. They're going to fall 2 spots, 12 and 10 in the GCFFA. The 2 forfeits hurt a lot. I'm going to start kind of penalizing teams for that, as well as illegal players, stuff like that. Just a little bit, nothing too major. Bad Boys, they're 16, 16 and 2. They've been on the up and up lately. They're doing a little bit better. 20 now, I got Only Us, 19, 15 and 1. They were 1 and 1 this past weekend. Took a loss to Ride Out in a tough game, but they're going to be looking good come playoff time. Brick Squad, I got them back up to 19th. They're 10 and 4-1. Takeover, I got them dropping to 18th. They were 11th previously. They're going to be 9 and 8. 2 forfeits kind of hurt them for me. They haven't really done anything much notable as of late. Kind of losing some momentum and steam, but to me, they're also in a bit of a tie with the Reapers there at that spot of 17th. 9, 5 and 2. We haven't seen much of the Reapers lately. They started out pretty hot in AC, did well in Albany, but kind of fizzling a little bit. We'll see if they can bounce back. 148 Outlaws is 16th. They're starting to move up a little bit. They've had some tough competition all year. Rideout's going to be 15th. They're going to be coming into MAFL playoffs. Some momentum. They beat Only Us. They got the 4th win on PME. They're ready to go. Got Empire still ahead of them, though, at 9 and 6. Empire, they're holding on to that success in the spring. They're doing pretty well in GCFFA so far. We'll see where they end up at by season's end. Maryland Titans at 13th. They were off this week. Riot Squad, they're still sitting there at 12. They were off. Ducks were sitting at 11th. They were off. Baez Auto, they played up in the YFFL 8-man this past weekend. I don't have a result there, but they have not played 9-man since York. They'll be off for a bit. Elite Rebels, they were 2 and 1. Surprise loss to the Baltimore Spartans for the Rebels. They see they can bounce back this weekend coming up. They got a tough one coming up with Rampage, who sits at 8th right now, 2 and 0. They bounced back from the double forfeit. Scorpions, they're going to be 7th overall. They went up there this past weekend, came away with a record of 2 and 3. But they're sitting at 27, 23 and 2 at the moment. 52 games already played for No Mercy. Them and Rampage are tied for the most games played in the country. We'll see if the team might start kicking in. Misfits have been on the grind as well. 30 and 12 overall on the year. We talked about it. Their first place at KFFL, their first place at OMFFL, third place at GCFFA, semifinalists in Charm City, semifinalists in the city. They've had quite the resume. They're only missing a championship, and they're going to have many chances for 3 league championships over the next month, 2 tournament championships over the next month. Can Misfits maybe sweep Champions Month for the most part? That remains to be seen. Let's go to number 5 right now. We got the Lions at 21, 4 and 1. They got a win this past weekend up there in Rhode Island. They performed well all year. They're a little bit away from their foes up north, but we'll see how they bounce back come tournament play soon. Main event, they're 8 and 2 overall. They're not going to be back, I believe, till national. Maybe they'll pop up for a tournament. We'll see. I believe they're done, though, till then. Same for the High Rollers at 11 and 2. Strong Island, this is my switch for the week. I got the Punishers taking number 1. SI Bulldogs take the loss last minute to Misfits. Gotta say, the Punishers look a little bit better as of late. Record's about the same, but you look at it, a more recent league championship, more recent A championship. The Punishers right now, to me, are the best team in the country. They've held strong. They made a statement beating the Scorpions and the Misfits over the weekend. I think they got Strong Island right where they want them. It's going to be a battle up top the rest of the way, that's for sure. And these 2 teams are going to duke it out at some point. These are my regional rankings and how I got them. Right now up north, Punishers are number 1. Strong Island 2nd. Rollers 3rd. Main event 4th. Lions 5th. Ducks I got at 6th. Riot Squad 7th. Empire 8th. Outlaw sitting at 9th. And the Long Island Reapers at 10th. South in division, I got the Misfits number 1. Scorpions 2. Rampage 3. Rebels 4. Baez 5th. Titans 6. Rideout 7th. Only Us 8th. Bad Boys 9th, and sitting at 10th right now is FOE in the South region of 9-man flag football. We'll see how it shapes up. Leagues represented 6 ranked teams from the GCFFA, 5 from OMFFL, 5 from MAFL. They're tied right now in that position. 3 teams have no affiliation or independent. 3 from the Rhode Island Flag Football League. one from YAFFL, one from XFFL, and one from KFFL as well. Let's go ahead and get to the KFFL games this week. Going to kick off at 9 a.m. We got the Demons and the X-Dogs battle for 4th place in the league right now. Demons 3-3, X-Dogs 2-2. First ever matchup between these two. Going to be a good way to kick off the morning. 10:05 after that, we got Demons and the Tri-State Spartans. First time matchup between those foes as well. Spartans just trying to get something going. It's been a long, cruel couple of months for that franchise. We talked about it. Their record has just declined. Not the team they were in the spring, that's for sure. We'll see if they can bounce back. Killer Bees and the X-Dogs shortly after, followed by Outlaw Spartans, Bees and Venom, Outlaws and Venom as well, and then Primetime and Pure Chaos. 7 games for the KFFL this Saturday. Keith Giles and I will be live for all 7 of them. I'll be live myself for the Bees X-Dogs game and the Bees Venom game. Keith and I will have commentary together for Demons and X-Dogs, and as well as later on down the line for a couple other games. It's going to be a great day. Keith Giles and I, Try Hard Sports, Team Blunts, all collaborating together for the team. Keystone Flag Football. They've been talking too long, you can tell. GCFFA games this week. So far, Eric's only posted Friday night. Chain Gang's got a triple header. 56ers, that's going to be a nice little warm-up for them right out the gate. Nice, this is a good schedule for them. I'm not going to lie. 56ers, Dragons, Punishers. For Chain Gang, it's going to be, gets easy to start and then gets harder as it goes on. You talk about a C caliber opponent in 56ers, B caliber opponent in Dragons, and the best team in the country in Punishers. Going to be a long night for Deuce Dutch, Rob Lane and company. Let's see what they got in this triple header. The other games not announced yet. I'm sure Eric will have them sometime this week. Looking forward to that. Maffle playoffs. There we go. There's a schedule posted for that. Southside and Riot Out's going to kick it off at 8 a.m. That's going to be a nice little matchup between the 3 seed and the 6 seed. Followed by Blackhawks and FOE. That's going to be the 2 seed and 7 seed matchup. Blackhawks trying to repeat as fall champions in Maffle. FOE trying to get one for the season. And then you're going to have the 4-5 matchup as Dream takes on Only Us. And then after that, the winner of Southside and Riot Out will take on the winner of Blackhawks and FOE, while the winner of Dream and Only Us will take on PME, Playmakers Elite. And then at high noon will be the championship game. So we will crown a Maffle champion for the fall season this Sunday down at Tucker Road. Look forward to it. OMFFL, this is their playoff bracket. Looking ahead at that. Take a look at the games. 8 o'clock a.m. over on Field 1 on the turf. You're going to have Bad Boys and the Maryland Titans. Rematch of the quarterfinals last spring in Owings Mills. On Field 2 and grass behind it, we got the Elite Rebels and Rampage. Rematch of the Clash of York 3 championship game. Over on Field 1, back to it. Misfits and the Maryland Venom at 9:15. And then back to Field 2, Scorpions and the Baltimore Spartans, 9:15 game. The winner of Misfits and Venom will take on the winner of Bad Boys and Titans at Field 1 at 10:30, while the winner of Scorpions and Spartans will take on the winner of Rebels and Rampage at 10:30 on Field 2. And then the two will come together at 11:45 for a championship game. We will have that as well as coverage all day of the OMFFL playoffs here on TBT. We're looking forward to it. We got a great weekend ahead. I'm excited for it. This is going to be it. Champions Month kicks off. It's going to be lit. It's going to be legit. We'll see you on the field. For Ross Collins,
Hey.
I'm Joey Blaze. Shout out Ricky John Francois. Thanks for joining us tonight. We'll see you soon.
That was all.